This is a story from the Bible about Daniel. It's a story about honesty and the importance of telling the truth, even when it's difficult to tell the truth. Daniel was a young man from Israel. However, the country of Israel was defeated and captured by the Babylonians. Whenever the Babylonians captured a country, they would take all of the smartest, most athletic, popular, handsome young men and women to their capital to go to their best schools and then work for the Babylonians. That way they would learn their language, their ways, including their religion. Daniel was one of these young men from Israel taken to Babylon. Daniel was smart. He was so smart that he became one of the advisors for the Babylonian king, Darius. King Darius was impressed with Daniel because he gave good advice. But the king really liked about Daniel was that he was always honest. Darius could always trust Daniel because he told the truth. When the king's other advisors would lie to the king to protect themselves or try to persuade the king, Daniel would always tell King Darius the truth. Daniel was honest because he believed in God, not the false gods of Babylon. Daniel knew God wanted people to be honest, to be true. Not lying was one of the 10 commandments God gave the people of Israel when God freed them from slavery. As Daniel grew in power under the king, the other advisors became jealous of him. Why didn't the king listen to them anymore? The other advisors secretly decided to find something that would get Daniel in trouble. They didn't care what they did as long as he was gone. They started spying on Daniel, looking for something, anything that he said or did that would get him in trouble with the king. The problem was, though, is that Daniel didn't have secrets because he always told the truth. People who are honest and tell the truth don't have to keep secrets and remember lies. Frustrated, the other advisors came up with a wicked plan to get Daniel in trouble and out of the king's court. They went to King Darius and said, "Oh, great king, you are so wonderful that no one should pray to anyone but you because you are like a god. If they do, then they should be thrown into a den full of hungry lions." The king pridefully thought, that sounded like a great idea. The king didn't know that they were just trying to get Daniel in trouble. So he made the law, and once the king made it, not even the king could change it. When Daniel heard about the new law, he did what he always did. He prayed to God. He went home. He went to his room upstairs, opened the windows that looked out over the city, and he prayed to God. Not the false gods of Babylon and not the king like he was a god, but the one real God. 3 times that day he went and prayed to God just like he always did. The wicked, dishonest advisors of the king were hiding outside Daniel's house and saw him praying to his God. That's exactly what they were hoping for. So they ran straight to the king and told him, "Your favorite advisor Daniel is ignoring your new command. We have seen him praying to his God 3 times today. You must keep the new law that you made that anyone who prays to any god but you must be thrown into a den full of hungry lions to be eaten as punishment." When the king heard this, he was very sad. He really liked Daniel, and he didn't want him to die by being thrown into a den of lions. He tried to get the law changed to stop Daniel from being thrown into the lion's den, but the men reminded the king that the law could not be changed and Daniel would have to be punished. So they brought Daniel and they threw him into the lion's den. A large, heavy stone was rolled over in front of the den of the lions so Daniel couldn't escape. It was the end of the day. That night, King Darius couldn't eat or sleep because he was so worried about Daniel. The next day, as soon as the sun came up, the king got up and ran to the lion's den. He told the soldiers to remove the large rock that had been rolled there. And as he got closer to the hole, he shouted, "Daniel, has your God who you serve and pray to rescued you from the lions?" The king waited quietly for a response. Then all of a sudden Daniel said, "Yes, my king. My God sent an angel, and the angel shut the mouths of the lions so they could not hurt me." The king jumped for joy and immediately ordered that Daniel be removed from the lion's den. The king knew that the other advisors were dishonest and had tricked the king into punishing Daniel, so now he punished them instead. He had them thrown into the den of lions, and of course this time the angel didn't stop the lions from eating the dishonest advisors. Be like Daniel. Tell the truth. Be honest like Daniel. You don't have to remember lies. You don't have to remember stories. If you're honest and tell the truth, and you don't have secrets. The story of Daniel is a story about the importance of being honest, even when you think you might get in trouble for it. It's always better to tell the truth.